Hey, Schaefer, how do you motivate your students?
Motivating students, man, I usually just hit them with a bunch of old school quotes.
Oh, you mean like get comfortable being uncomfortable?
Exactly like that. In fact, dude, there's tons of them out there. We should talk about it this time on Open Mac Chronicles.
All right, you guys, welcome back. Another episode of Open Mac Chronicles, 1865 Rod here, and we're coming back at you guys once again. We got Schaefer in the house. What's up, Schaefer?
What's going on, everybody? Schaefer's in the house. Welcome to another episode of Open Mac Chronicles. Yeah, man, it's another one. It's a fun one.
We're breaking it down.
Yeah.
Some
All
silliness.
right.
Breaking down some
you-
silliness.
If you've all been doing jujitsu for a while, and even if you haven't, you're going to learn this. You've probably all ran across some BJJ quotes from your professor, right? I mean, we're talking like the good, the bad, and the ugly. Some of these things, you hear them and you're like, that just doesn't make any sense.
These are universal, too, by the way.
This is universal, man. Like, a lot of people have heard these quotes, and I'm sure if we miss some, you guys are going to jump in and give us some of these back, right? You're going to say, hey, what about this? What about this? What about that? Because we want to know.
Yeah, put those in the comments, too. If you hear some that we didn't say, definitely throw those in there.
Absolutely. I'm going to get us started, Rod, because
Go for it.
Because as a BJJ coach myself, I know that I'm one who always says this, right? When we get our new guys and they're trying to go too hard and they're like they're smashing on everybody, and I just hey, listen, man, it's like when you get here, or here's a really good one, right? They come in, 200-pound guy fighting like a little 120-pound girl, and they just want to like, I can't lose to her. This is crazy. You know, she's like a purple belt, brown belt.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she got a target.
Right?
That's actually bro, shout out to all the female purple belts and above. Yo, they got targets.
There's
dude.
definitely a target on their back. But the quote that I use is, listen, you have to check your ego at the door, right? And when I tell people to check their ego at the door, it's basically, I'm like, you need to humble yourself, right? You need to come in and not think you know everything. And even if you really believe you know everything, I promise you some people know some stuff that you don't know, right?
Yeah.
They can do stuff to you that you didn't expect, and you should be able to say, hey, you know what? I'm not necessarily the best in the world. I can learn too. So you check your ego at the door, you humble yourself a little bit, and you be open to learning new things. Like, what do you think about that one? Checking your ego
Yeah,
at
it
the
makes
door?
sense. I mean, maybe like don't have an overly inflated ego, right? Because
Right.
we have ego, huh? I
Yes.
mean, that's what kind of draw us into the sport in the first place. If we didn't have ego, bro, we wouldn't be here.
That's true. And yeah, because you were mentioning that when I brought this up as one of the things, you were like, well, you know, we have to have a healthy ego still, right? You still have to be able to go in there and go, well, you know, I want to be able to
Yeah.
get better. And you're right. Ego does propel you forward
Yeah.
as well, right? But I guess that's the healthy ego. That's saying I'm trying to better myself
You're right.
versus, oh, I can't let this person get me because,
And we've all done that.
yeah, I know.
My ego got my knee popped a couple times.
Egos have popped a lot of
Ego.
knees, dude.
My friend used to say, your ego is very expensive. Ego can be
Very,
costly.
right? Hell yeah. And you don't want to get your knee blown out because you're like, I refuse to tap. Or like, and that's the thing, right? That's one of the things that gets you hurt.
Yeah.
That ego, you go, oh man, there's no way I'm not letting this guy tap me.
But think if you had no ego at all.
If you had no ego
you'd
at
suck,
all,
dude.
you'd
You
be
wouldn't even
weird.
care. You'd be like,
nah, you need that.
whatever.
You
So
gotta have
a little bit of
something.
ego.
When I say check it, though, I'm just saying make sure you're not bringing that overinflated
Yes.
ego, right?
Yes.
It's like, okay, outside, if you want to be that guy, cool. Like, I've brought it to the mats, and I've suffered for it. I can think of several times that I've suffered because my ego says, nah, this guy shouldn't be catching me. I'm going to get out of it. And physics and leverage told me different. You know what I mean? Like, shout out to my boy Chino. I remember I was, I think, a purple belt. He was a blue at the time. And he caught me legit, man, like a freaking legit Americana.
Nice.
And I'm like, hell nah. I'm getting out of this.
Really?
Yeah, and all I heard
I'm a
was
big old
pow,
hero.
pow.
Oh yeah, I think I heard the story.
Yeah, dude, just blew my whole arm apart.
See, it's funny
I'm
because
like,
I can't see you doing
sucks.
it now. You tap, no problem.
Hell yeah, dude, because I'm like,
It's not trying to
we're
get hurt.
trading.
Yeah.
We're trading. This is not a life and death situation. It's like,
What belt were you when that happened?
I was purple belt.
Okay, so when did you see yourself, like, when did that transition happen to where you're like, okay, I'm tapping early now. When did that happen? What belt?
Black belt.
Like, I would say it does happen around black belt, huh? Because you know the weirdest thing? It's like when you're like a brown belt, you're like, oh man, when I get my black belt, man, no one's tapped me out ever again. You think you have you have the earth on your shoulders, right? You have to uphold this legs, and then when you get your black belt, you're like, you just let it go. It's like that. I don't care.
It's like I'm there, man.
I already got it, dude.
Unless I get it. If you're a competitor guy, if that's your thing,
Yeah,
right?
that's different.
Competitors, I think, have a totally different mindset. So always keep this in mind. Whenever we're talking, we are coming at you from a hobbyist mindset, right?
Yeah.
Like, we love jiu-jitsu. We don't pay the bills by winning competitions. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ship has sailed a long time ago. But I don't want to stop jiu-jitsu. I want to always be part of it.
But I think competitors like jiu-jitsu more than you.
Nah, they're crazy. They're not even close. It's not possible.
Man, Marcelo Garcia is like more than me.
It's not possible. Exactly. Marcelo Garcia doesn't love jiu-jitsu more than I do, man. It's just like, he just loves it differently than I do. So check your ego at the door. That's a good one. That's a good start. What you got?
I was going to say one more thing on that. Like, most jiu-jitsu guys are pretty chill, though. Here's a funny story. So I was at the gym. This was just yesterday, hitting some weights at my local gym. And I asked the guy, hey, are you using this machine? Because he was kind of off to the side. And he was just like, just the nicest, most polite. He goes, oh, no, sir. That's all you. In fact, let me wipe it down. I'm like, no, it's all good. I go, or something happened. Oh, no. He turned and I saw his shirt. And it was like pan over, just something like that. I'm like, well, it's a jiu-jitsu guy. I'm like, oh, no, that's all good, dude. I trained BJJ too. A little sweat's not going to kill me. But it was funny because he was just the nicest, most polite individual I've met. Yeah, just
humility.
Extremely humble. Dude. And it turns out he's like a black belt guy. And I'm like, there you go. So cool.
So you know what?
Checked his ego at the door.
Yeah, being humble is easy once you've been beat up so many times.
Yes.
Because people who've never been in a fight, or people who've never really competed in like any kind of combat sport or combat art or whatever, they oftentimes have a false sense of what they could actually do. Yeah. When it was, I'll see red and then boom, that's it. And you're like, nah, dude. Somebody who trains to like bend you in unnatural positions, they're going to be calm and they're just going to disassemble you. Yeah. And when you come in and you start to learn that from being a white belt and just getting tossed up left and right, you're like, I need to chill, man. I need to watch what I say around people. I need to watch how I carry myself around people, because you just don't know. Like, what did Joe Rogan used to say? These guys would be walking around like little geeky looking guys, but they're like second, third degree black belts.
Oh yeah,
they're tournament winners. They're nerd assassins, right?
Nerd assassin.
You don't know who you're dealing with, man.
You don't.
And a little bit of humility can keep the bad things away.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I got one for you.
What do you got?
We've all heard this one. This is like the most famous one.
Okay.
Don't use your strength.
Ugh.
They're all going to say it. I think I've said that in the past.
Dude, everybody says that.
We've all said it. Don't use your strength.
And they only say it to real big, strong guys. So.
It's true, huh?
No, they say it to everybody. Like, if you just got a decently strong person, you hear that, right? Because it usually comes when someone's tried to put like a move on somebody and they power out of it. And I'm like, well, isn't that a legitimate escape? Isn't that, it's part of who they are. So telling people not to use their strength, that's always been a weird one. Or
yeah, I can see both sides.
What was the other one? When you just tell a guy, oh yeah, you're really strong. That's like the biggest jiu-jitsu insult.
It's like a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, it is, right? Oh yeah, you're strong, dude. It's like, you're strong. It's like, am I getting better? You're strong. Yeah, you're strong.
So what's the deal with don't use your strength? What do you think on that?
So think about jiu-jitsu from its inception, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. The whole point was for smaller, weaker guys to be able to take on bigger, stronger guys, right? And Helio was a great example. He's whooping everybody's ass who was way bigger than him. Yeah. He would either whoop their ass or he could at least hang with them.
Control
right?
them, yeah.
But that was because they didn't know it.
They didn't know it.
Right. They didn't understand that, oh, wait, this guy is he's got a hold of my arm, and he's using his entire body against this one joint. So, yeah, I lose, right? But then you started getting these bigger, badder athlete type guys in. You know, you got guys walking around freaking all day with the 6-pack abs and freaking neck so thick that it's like they can't even turn their head. But they've also gotten pretty decent at jiu-jitsu. And
the 6+ footers, 220.
Right? But they are naturally going to be way stronger. So strength is part of their game.
Yeah.
You know? Somebody said, there's a saying, I want to say it's like Mark Bell or one of those guys, powerlifter dude. He's like, strength is never a weakness. And I mean, yes, that's true to an extent. Obviously, you know, having that strength plus the skill of jiu-jitsu, that's a damn good thing to have, because think about some of the guys who we roll with who are just beasts, right? Like, they're good, they've got the skill set, but you can also catch them in something and they can literally lift you off the ground.
Yeah.
It's like, man, how are you going to tell them not to use their strength? It's part of who they are. Like, okay, here you go. What's my counter to that always, right? I'm like, well, would you tell somebody who's really flexible, hey, man, I would have got you in this arm bar, but your flexibility allows you to escape. So don't be flexible.
Don't use your flexibility.
Right? Or what's the other one? Don't use your freaking speed. It's like, hey, slow down. It's not fair that you're faster than me.
But here's the argument to that. Maybe you would say that to a brand new person. Like, if the guy was super flexible and he was a higher belt going with a newer person, maybe you would tell him to slow down a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, because I think these conversations are for that new person that comes in. So because if you tell a big guy don't use your strength and he's a first day white belt, he doesn't even know the concept of that, right? But if he's been training for about a year or so, it's appropriate maybe to tell him that. You know, you got to match it up appropriately, right? So if he's rolling with a smaller person, maybe I think it's okay to tell him not to use his strength. If he's been training for a certain amount of time,
right.
he knows jiu-jitsu now.
Yeah, like if he knows how to use jiu-jitsu, but.
You know what I mean? Do you want him just like muscling out? Like, let's say you shoot for a triangle, he just like picks you up. I mean, like, that's not jujitsu. Like, I get it. You can do that, and that will produce an outcome. You know,
but isn't that his style of jujitsu?
It's not jujitsu though.
But dude, I mean, okay.
You know what I mean?
Think about it. Every move takes at least some degree of strength, right?
Yeah.
So, who's the gatekeeper of how much strength can be applied to that move? It's like, if this person's just way stronger, like, how do they dial it down, and how far do they dial it down to? It's like, because think about it.
It goes back to ego.
If you want to hit a Kimura on somebody, right?
Yeah.
And they lock up, they grab their belt. You're doing all these, fancy stuff to lock in, and you have to separate his arm from his belt.
Yeah.
And then hit the twist, right?
Yeah.
Well, separating somebody's arm from their belt takes strength.
Takes strength.
Right? But that is legitimate jiu-jitsu. That's something that, because unless they're just leaving their arm dangling and saying, okay, go ahead and do it, and nobody does that, so you have to have some strength.
Yeah, but if you can't get the arm, you just shove it in and do that roll where you flip them over. That was tight. I like that one.
But you at least try to first shove it.
You try to get it first,
out, right? So what happens when the one guy is strong enough to pull an arm out?
Yeah.
It's like, do you tell him, well, you shouldn't have actually pulled the arm away because you had to use too much strength? How do you dial it down?
I don't know, man, because it's like, it goes back to like, are you rolling at 70% or 100%? In a competition,
right. Okay.
I would say you rip that sucker out.
For sure.
But in the gym training, should you resort to the lowest common denominator, which is I'm going to use brute force and just like, I think maybe you say, I'm not. Actually, I do know that because there's many times when I was rolling with somebody and I was trying to catch their leg and I was trying to shoot it over to get in a good position for a heel hook.
Right.
And they were doing a really good job of hiding their heel.
Okay.
And then at the end, I just kind of like let it go. And they go, why'd you let it go? I'm like, because it's like you were doing a good enough job to defend it. It's like I would have had to try to really, really, really go all out to, step it up from 70 to 100 to get it. And like, that's not what we're doing. So I just didn't get that one. I missed that one.
Okay. So what about somebody's 70%? Is double somebody else's 100%.
Okay, now that's a good one.
You know what I mean? Like, so you say, okay, at 100%,
Your arm just gets pulled out of the socket. It's just,
right.
He's got
But
like a
this
turkey
guy's
leg.
70%. He's like, it's
Okay,
nothing.
that's fair. That's fair.
It's like, do we tell him not to do that? Like, does he have to drop to 5%? And how would he know this as he's rolling?
But they do know though. You know why they know?
Because you can feel like when they're.
No, you see those same people rolling with like a little girl or something like that, and they're just nice and gentle and smooth.
They can dial it down.
But I don't expect them to roll with me like that. So there's a balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a tough one.
It is tough. It's very subjective.
It's
obviously.
very subjective. That's what makes it hard.
It
Because,
does.
like you said, the flip side is like I could go out on him and try to catch him in something. He feels threatened, even though I'm going 70%, but my technique is so good, I'm going to get it.
Right. And then he's like, oh, shit,
oh,
what
crap.
do I do? Yeah.
I don't know, dude. We don't have the answer to that one.
There's no real right answer, I guess. But this is something you always hear. Stop.
Yeah.
But they always say don't use your strength.
Don't use strength.
Rarely do I hear flexibility and speed. Even though I do tell people to slow down. I ain't going to lie. Like we got freaking Squirrely Mike when he was doing this thing because he's a wrestler.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they're like, go, 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 go,
He
go,
goes
go,
fast,
go.
yeah.
So I was like, hey, man. I was like, bring it down. I was like, we know you got that wrestling
Yeah, he's
stuff.
got that,
It's in
yeah.
your back pocket. You can pull that out
Yeah.
anytime. And he's actually he's slowed down
Slowed down a lot.
purposefully, and I think his technique has gotten way better.
He's gotten way better.
So
He's working off his back right now.
So I guess okay, shit. So if I'm saying that works, so maybe telling somebody not to use as much strength, maybe that.
I think
guess
it's the 80-20. Like right,
Yeah.
like err on the side of telling them not to use their strength.
Right, because you want their technique to develop.
Yeah.
So maybe if they're making a conscious effort not to be as strong, they go, well, how can I technique my way out of this instead of
think
just
you're right.
ripping it?
And it's unfortunately it's one of those things you have to just kind of repeat it over and over because
gotta
it's
learn
so
for
easy
yourself.
to default, setting
Yeah.
of brute strength.
But I guess that's also like the training, right? You get into it as a training, not as a match.
That's why we preach that.
It is
I mean,
all
if
the
you
time.
just said that one time, okay, you guys go 70%, bro, it would be everybody be going ham. I think they're gonna remember that conversation
Hell
from a year
no.
ago. Well, we say it constantly, and now it's like people are training a lot better.
I think so.
I think
I think
it's
so. Our
pretty
school
legit.
is really, really nice.
Okay, what else you got? Anything?
All right. Yes, for sure. So we hit the ego. So this is one that I think is actually a good one. And I say it. I say this even when I'm out shooting or something like that. If we're like training, like when we were going through clearing rooms, all that kind of stuff. We used to say, slow is smooth and smooth is fast, right? And I guess the psychology behind it is if you're going slow, right? You're paying attention to what you're doing. You're attempting the moves correctly. You're actually trying to get it, but you're doing it properly,
I understand.
right? And when you execute these moves properly, it looks like it's happening faster because the person on the receiving end, they're like, "Oh shit, you know what? This is like tight. This guy is doing it exactly as he's supposed to." Versus if he just rushed through it, well, now you've got a sloppy grip on your Kimura, or you got a sloppy armbar set up.
Yeah.
But because he slowed it down a little bit, which kind of comes back to our 70%, right?
Yeah.
It comes back to I put my grips in the proper way. I have it locked to my body, elbows in tight, controlling it, thumbs facing upwards. Everything was the way it was supposed to be. And from the outside looking in, you're like, "Oh, damn, that was smooth. That was the
what you're
smooth
describing?
part, right?" He was slow. It looked smooth, and because it looked so smooth, it just flowed right into the submission, and it looked fast.
You know what you're describing? You're describing the flow state. So I've been watching a lot of these old fights, like the Ali fights,
Okay.
Joe Frazier, Kenny Norton, like the old school ones, like in the 70s. And you could hear like Howard Cosell. He was the guy back then. He's
Right,
like,
right.
Oh, he's getting
Yes,
into his
Howard
flow state.
Cosell.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. They can just look at you and tell, like, okay, you kind of loosened up. You're in your flow state. So that's kind of how you want to be. Because it's funny because I was rolling with Gus last week, and I just couldn't get into my flow state, man. For whatever reason, I was just like, I just can't get into my flow, man. I don't know. I just can't get into my flow state. Once you're in the flow, everything's like smooth, and it's
absolutely.
like I wasn't there, man. But
Which
we
is
still
funny,
had fun.
'cause
It was a good roll. But
I was actually I was flowing really smoothly. It was Friday, right?
yeah.
It was that Friday, and I felt really good. Like it was just, I didn't roll with Gus, so maybe I gotta do that too. But
This was Wednesday
Wednesday
when I was rolling. Yeah.
shit.
Well, I rolled
Oh,
on
man.
Friday, but Wednesday is when I just couldn't get into my flow state.
Yeah, but I was like smooth. I felt smooth on my transitions. It's like set something up, slide right in the mount, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, but again, that was that.
But you're
slow.
right. Yeah.
It felt smooth.
You can feel it, man. When you're just like just smooth and everything just
And then watching it, it looks fast.
But how do you get people to get in that zone?
Man,
how do you teach that? You can't.
So I don't know that I think you're right that you can't necessarily teach it, but you can keep reiterating it, like you're saying with the other thing, right? We're constantly keeping that in people's ear. We're keeping it front and center in our training so that people do start to embrace it. It's like if you hear it enough times, you kind of start to say, okay, I gotta adopt this, I gotta live this, I can do better, right? It just becomes part of your game.
See, when I roll with everybody else, I'm cool. I get into my flow state.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, when it's Gus, I can't.
You know what? I think that sometimes is a mental block.
It might be
too.
a mental thing.
Yeah.
Because Gus is coming after you, too. At least he's coming after me.
Right?
Ain't no full roll with Gus, dude. He's trying to rip my leg off or my arm or any extremity he can get a hold of.
Hey, man.
So I'm like, got to protect myself.
Right? But you know what? That's like them old competitor mindsets, too, though. I think it's just like, they're like, nah. They're like, you have to kill me if you want to get this. I'm like, damn, take it easy.
But see, with Gus, it's either like he has two speed. It's either going to be like all the way just so loosely flowing that he's not doing
Not
anything
really
at
trying,
all.
right?
He's not trying. He's just letting you do it. And I'm like, okay, dude. I'm not a white belt. You ain't got like, I'm not an invalid. Or he goes into black belt mode, and then it's like full on. Now
on your ass.
I got to go too, you know. So then we end up just trying to kill each other.
Right? Yeah, see, that went back.
There's
to
no flowing with Gus.
I know. That went back to my thing with Rex, right? Where I was like, you just certain people, man, you got like, I just can't roll with you. I can't roll with you because it's just gonna be balls to the wall. Yeah. One of us gonna get hurt, and it's
I can roll with them though. We still have fun.
Yeah, you guys do good. I guess mine was like the rivalry one. Like we were coming at each other.
No, we don't have a rivalry by any means. No, not that. I can't. No.
But I think partially, like I said, it might be a little bit of a mental block, right? Because I know anytime we used to roll with Hassett, like I don't know anybody who's really catching anybody at Hassett's, and I don't know if it's just like, really, is it? Hell, maybe he's really that good, but I'm also like, damn, are we just all like a little bit scared or something? I don't know. Like, remember I told you with my boy John Battle, I used to try to beat him up real good when he was a purple belt.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, because this shit's not going to last, man. I was like, this is not going to last. And one day he's going to be the monster. You know what? You go from being the hammer to being the nail to being the hammer. So
well, Gus is hard to catch because has such a vast wealth of knowledge that even if you know something, that you know this slick move and you catch a position on him,
right?
He'll, even if he's never seen that position, he'll figure out a way to get out of it like on the fly right there. Yeah. It's like he's really good at that. So it's hard to get to his stuff.
All right. So yeah, that was my other one. That was slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
Okay. What about your instructor telling you to drill both sides? What about that? We all hear that. Like, I hear that a lot. Drill. Okay, do 10 on the left, 10 on the right.
You know I don't like that.
I don't either.
But
it sounds good in theory, right?
It sounds great in theory. And I'm sure some people, it works great in practice. Because there always has to be some, right? For me, man, I'm of the mindset that if you've got something you're really, you're comfortable with on this side, sharpen it up. Like, keep sharpening that side more and more and more. It's like the difference between, sound like a weapon nerd, like one of those old broadswords where it's sharp on both sides versus a katana, which is sharp just on one side.
Oh, yeah, blade will slice you up, yeah.
And, the broadsword, you can swing it this way, you can swing it this way, and you'll cut them both ways. Katana, you can only swing one way, right? You can only swing one way, but it's razor sharp.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm comfortable with that, man. I like the katana. Plus, it looks cooler. Yeah. So for me, I'd rather be really, really good on these moves on this side. And then here's the moves I'm good on this side.
Yeah.
And if I can't get the move on the side I'm good at, well, I happen to be good at reversing and getting to the side that I want to be. So I don't know, man. I don't know. How do you feel about
I think there's some truth to it, but some falsehoods too. Like, let's take guard passing, for example. Most people are going to pass to, like, if I'm standing facing you, they're going to pass to the left, right?
Yep,
because
absolutely. Because you drive off your right foot.
Drive off your right.
And you push to the left.
You knee slice over here.
Yep.
And that's how I do it too. But I can still guard pass on the right. I'm just not as good. Like, the left, like most people, is going to be my preferred side.
Right.
Like, that's just how it is. So but I don't think I would spend a lot of time trying to drill to get really, really good at this right side. When there's only one guy I know of that actually starts out on the right side
and shoots to the left.
Yeah.
Or shoots to the other person's.
Well, when I'm passing standing, they're facing this way to where I have to pass on the right. There's only one guy I could think of. Uso. Uso does everything unorthodox.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to change my whole game for Uso.
And that comes back to that 80-20, right? Yeah, it's like, come on, dude. You have the laws of diminishing returns.
Yeah.
It's like, if everything you're doing is successful against 80% of the people you're doing it against, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Because to close that last 20% gap, that might take more effort than it took you to get that whole 80%. Now, I'm not saying being a slacker, don't do that. Hell, try to close up that 20% gap, but you have to understand how much time and effort and energy are you able and willing to put into closing that 20% gap. Now, people who want to be the best, they're going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out.
And I think sometimes it just kind of happens organically. Like for me, like triangles, like a lot of triangles are going to be on with my left side, which would be the opponent's right arm. But I'm just as good at doing it the other way. But I didn't just drill it that way. I'm just good at both sides. Triangles are just like come natural to me. So it doesn't really matter. And they flow into, arm bars and platas. All that stuff just kind of naturally floats. So I don't really have a preference when it comes to that. I didn't drill. Right. I would say the one exception would be maybe leg entanglements. That's the only thing where I drilled. I actually went out of my way to drill both sides because you don't want to be just on like a one. Oh, I need your left leg. And sometimes I'll go back and forth between legs. Like if they're defending, I'll just let it go. I'll grab this one. Boom. I'll let it go grab this one.
Yeah,
I go back and forth.
Ping pong back and forth.
Yeah.
So it helps. I'm sitting here thinking, dude.
I don't know.
I don't know that I've ever completed a triangle and caught somebody's left arm.
Yeah, it's weird, but it'll just come natural. Like you won't even have to think about it. It'll just happen because
whatever I'm doing, I shoot my right leg over and then.
But if the other arm was there, you would take it. Guaranteed, you would take it. You wouldn't even think about it. You would hit that triangle. Wouldn't even think about it. Yeah.
Man.
Do it.
Again, now I'm gonna go out of my way and try to do a triangle on the other side. Shit, dude. I don't know. That's weird. That is even just talking about it feels weird.
It is kind of weird. Yeah.
It's awkward. So, and I guess that's the plus to drilling both sides is maybe you get that familiarity. You're at least
build a little muscle
ready. Your muscle memory is there to shoot up a triangle or shoot up a move on either side. But don't you run the risk of just being like mediocre on both sides?
See, that's the thing. It's like, okay, so take a good example would be like canela guard. So like I'll do canela guard. I'll do it. That's for Gus. He likes saying canela guard. It's shin on shin, okay? So most people lead with their right foot.
Okay.
Like 90% of people lead with their right foot. So that's just that's what I'm forced to deal with. So I end up shin on shin their right leg.
Okay.
Because that's what I'm presented with like 9 times out of 10. I didn't go out of my way to try to work that side. That's just what they're giving me. So I'm really good on that side.
And that's natural.
Well, here's the funny thing. Gus throws the other leg forward. So like I have a completely different set of things now that I'm.
You don't even try it.
I don't even try it, but I'm not gonna try to do the shin on shin.
Okay.
It's like, oh, it's weird. It's
and
like,
now think about
different.
it. So now let's just say because this 1 or 2 or 3 guys might step forward for the left, do you then split half the time that you were working on your right to get really good to now be okay?
No, exactly. That's a perfect question because no, I didn't do. I thought of different moves and different attacks and entries that I'm going to do just for that when they lead with their left leg.
Right, because like here we go. This is simple math, right? Let's say you're going to have 100 hours to learn a move, right? You're going to put 100 hours into getting really good, right? And if you hit 100, you're really good at that move. Yeah. Just for for simple math.
Quantify it.
So most people step forward with their right.
Yep.
So let's say you put, realistically, 100% of 100 hours on that attack.
Okay.
Now you're sharp, dude.
Okay.
You're sharp on that move. But like you said, so
guy
now you get that one guy who steps forward to the left, and you're like, oh shit, what's happening? Right, you go back to being a white belt if you had to do that move.
Yeah.
But see, you've spent another 100 hours on a different side, a different move for here. But now, how about this? Most people are stepping forward with that right, so you're always ready for it.
Yeah.
But now I'm the guy who goes, I'm going to put 50 hours on this side and 50 hours on this side.
Not that good.
Well, now almost nobody ever steps on my left, but when they do, I'm okay. almost everybody steps in with their right. And when they do, I'm still just okay.
right.
Because I only had 100 hours to split. And now, instead of giving it 100%, I gave it 50%. That's bad math, man.
It is.
That's bad math. Don't drill both sides.
Don't drill both sides. I shouldn't say that. Let's not say that. No, we're not going that far. But you make your own. You make your own decision on that one.
I guess. Do what you want to do. Whatever.
Okay. Well. Okay. That rolls into this, Harold.
Uh-huh.
What about when the professor's like, I want guys to be like well-rounded, or I want them to just be good at everything.
Right.
Like, what does that really? What are they saying? What does that really mean, though?
So,
if you really played that out, what does that look like for the average person?
It means everybody will be okay.
Because look, I think the intent is to everybody beat Gordon Ryan. He's good at everything.
Right.
Yeah, but the reality,
outlier.
You ain't gonna be that, dude.
No, that's an outlier.
You're gonna be okay.
Right.
You'll be
So
average.
I would rather think about this, right? Most jiu-jitsu people, once you start to get to know all your friends and buddies around here, you go, oh no, that's his move.
Yeah.
That's her move.
He's the
that's
freaking
his
Kimura
move.
guy.
He's this guy.
Yeah.
He's that guy. And the reason that we know people for that is because they don't do that bullshit and go drill everything and be perfect or be super well-rounded. No, they learn it. They get some familiarity with some other moves, but they found something they like and they dedicated more time to it.
I 100% agree.
And
with
that I think that makes for good jiu-jitsu matches too, right? Because now you're like, oh,
this
you
style.
gotta watch out. It's almost style versus style, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's not so much like, hey, it's Kenpo versus Ninjutsu.
Yeah.
It's not that, but it is. Oh, that's the Z-guard guy. Oh, and this is the freaking standing pass guy.
Yep.
You start to see those little mix-ups and those little styles. So, did I already say freaking don't drill both sides? Just get good. That
was more well-rounded.
Yeah, but I'm saying being well-rounded is drilling both sides, knowing every different thing, being mediocre at everything instead of really good at something. Okay. Specialization is what freaking gets people, the most benefit in life usually.
Okay, well let's do that from like a broader concept. What about steering your guys to specialize into like a certain area? In other words, like I want all you guys to roll to be like
clones. Basically,
we actually did a podcast.
Yeah, we did making a whole
mini-me's.
Army of
we did
mini-me's.
Yeah, go check out that episode, Army of Mini. But you know what I mean? What do you think it's wrong to hey, I want all my guys to be super flexible and fancy grapplers?
I think it's wrong because this is what do we say all the time, right? Jiu-jitsu is an individual journey, right? If it's an individual journey, that means you should become the jiu-jitsu fighter that you're going to become. Yeah. That means you're taking a little bit from here. You're taking a little bit from here. Oh, I like how this guy does that. Oh, I like Rod's heel hooks. I like Harold's wrist locks. And you put together your style through an amalgamation of everybody else's styles, right? Yeah. And I don't want to just cookie cutter, just boom, there you go. Here you, boom, there you go. There you go. I wouldn't want that. I would want, I would want the diversity of moves and everything in the school. I want different people to have different stuff because now you just have all these different takes on how jiu-jitsu is, and you get to fight a bunch of different kind of people.
I think some of the big name academies might kind of have that style to where I could tell, bro. I'm not going to name names, but I could tell
from, right?
I could tell sometimes you roll with them. That old school, style, heavy pressure pass. For example, pressure passing, for example, I just don't like it. I know how to pressure pass, obviously. Yeah. I used to pressure pass.
Whereas I loved it.
I don't like it. Right? It's not fun, man. I just
double under,
don't like
boom,
it.
smash it to the side, come
trap
around.
it up, knee slice, get the knee out.
Or if they've got if they're in freaking butterfly, boom, you trap it, you smash that one leg down, sit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you like that one? That's
shit.
True. Yeah, Big Trevor does that one.
Yeah,
it's cool, man. I just don't like pressure passing. I don't like. I'd rather be more far. I'm really good at standing passes. I wouldn't say really good, but I like.
Remember what I said when I first came here? 10 years ago. The first month, I was like, oh shit. Everybody's passing.
We were all blown by your guard
because everybody would jump the hell up and run around me. And I'm like, huh. I'm like, okay. I'm like, it works. I just don't really defend against it because that's not what we did over there.
Well, yeah. So there's reasons why I don't like pressure passing. Because for me, my style of game, if I try to go after your legs, if you're glued to your upper body,
right,
you know, it kind of takes away that opportunity.
Space.
Yeah, so that's the only reason I don't. Plus, like getting older, for like it's a little bit harder on your body. I think that grind, you know, sometimes here's what I don't like. You know, you pressure pass and the guy locks you down.
Ooh.
Now maybe your knee might get compromised.
Dude, I just had a whole sermon given.
Oh yeah.
The other day about lockdowns.
Dude, I'll just take the sweep. You got me, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not blowing my knee on. And I've seen it happen, you know.
I think I hit Eric with a couple of lockdown sweeps the other day, and he was just like, "Damn!" He was like, "You know, like
it turks your knee. This knee is compromised already, man."
And he went with it. He went with it instead of fighting against it. Because then I told the story of the guy who fought against it, and I was like, "It was ugly."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. You got to watch those knees, man.
So those are my personal reasons, just in case anyone want to know. But not that it matters.
Of course it matters. People want to know.
But think about it. If I was a clone and I tried to just be okay at everything, I would be putting a lot of energy into trying to pressure pass. And I'd probably be a little bit better at pressure passing. But I'd just be
okay. You'd be a little bit better at pressure passing, but you'd be a lot worse at your other passes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
Hey, don't drill both sides and only learn what you want to learn.
Only know what you're. But look, it's gotta be fun at the end of the day, right?
It does have to
gotta be fun. Unless you're doing it for a career, then that's not fun. It's a job.
Yeah.
So again, our perspective is coming at it from like we're hobbyists, basically,
for sure.
just doing this to stay in shape, have fun, camaraderie, yada yada.
Yeah. Now, when I say don't learn, only learn what you want to learn. Obviously, that's extreme. What I'm saying in this is you need to familiarize yourself with all these different things, but you don't have to spend an inordinate amount of time on something that you don't freaking like. Like the other day, what did I teach? I taught freaking spider guard. Was it a spider guard armbar?
Yeah,
oh yeah, it was a slick little spider guard.
Oh, it was
almost
right? yeah. It's like a JJ almost.
Yeah, right? And I'm like, I know how to do it.
Shout out to Isabel. JJ.
yeah, she used to kill that.
She was like the first one to start doing JJ.
But that was so cool. Just don't like it. Like I don't like spider guard. I don't like wrapping my fingers all into the gi. And
it is. It's hard on your fingers.
That pull and push. And
it's hard on your fingers.
So, but I can teach it. And the reason I can teach it is because I'm familiar with it. I understand the mechanics of it. I know that it's legit, right? And I show it to other people because they might fall in love with it. They might be like, exactly. Yo, this move you showed was awesome. And I caught 100 people with this since then.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hell yeah, dude. And they'll go, oh, man, remember when you taught that? I'm like, not really.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I don't teach it regularly, but I'm glad you learned it, dude.
But you expose them to it at least.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Remember Brandon, me and Brandon, we were doing Barambolos. We're big giant guys. And this was, oh my God, this was like 8 years ago. And they were like, these guys doing a Barambolo? We're like, yeah. We just don't do it because it just looks stupid doing it. Shit. So I don't do it. I like that mean grind through them, pressure, slap a joker with a wrist lock or mush his face into the ground. Like, that's me.
Spider guard's weird too. It's one of those moves that was really, really big, like
for a long
9 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And it kind of went out, it seems like, but it's still like you don't really see a lot of guys that are really, really good at spider guard.
Right, because the spider would always transition to lasso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember I don't know if you remember this guy. He trained with us for a little while. I think he was a purple belt, but he was that Iranian dude. But his spider guard was his game. Oh, man, he hit me with that spider guard sweep. I'm like, oh, my God. I couldn't stop him because I just wasn't used to it. Like, that's really good, dude.
But he probably put a shit ton of hours into learning.
That was his game.
So now imagine if he instead said, well, I'm just going to do the old school sweep half the time and the spider guard the other half time, then he would have never caught you with the spider guard sweep.
Yeah.
It would have watered it down. Yeah.
Like I wasn't expecting it to be as effective as it was because I usually run up against guys that do spider guard, but they're just okay and you could deal with it. But like this guy, he gets in it, it's over.
Right. Like if I would jump up and I threw a spider guard attack on you, you'd probably get around it. You'd be like,
you can get around it.
All right, dude. You're like, I see what you're doing there. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, you saw it. So, yeah, I mean, I get it. If you've got more than 24 hours in the day, if by some chance you understand how to control space and time and you can actually put in all those hours, more power to you, man.
Yeah.
Do it. Learn everything.
Yeah.
Be
Do it all.
the perfect weapon. You remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that guy?
Was
Jeff
that a movie?
Speakman? Yeah, Jeff
Yeah.
Speakman was the perfect weapon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was old school.
Yeah, that's pretty. Sounds like it sounds like something
It was
mid 80s.
from the
The
80s.
perfect weapon.
It was back with like Cynthia Rothrock and all them jokers.
Okay,
And,
okay.
Jeff Speakman, the perfect weapon. Anyway,
Perfect weapon's like a 9mm. So
yeah,
that's the perfect weapon.
That's the perfect weapon. Hell yeah. That's for damn sure. Let me see. Do you have any more crazy ones?
No, man. I think we kind of covered the really
Yeah.
obvious bad ones. Maybe we close out on a good note. What's a good one?
Oh, on a good note, I got a really good one. I got a really good one.
Go for it.
And this is a John Hassett special. And I always tell these, I say it all the time, right? When you're out there, when you're doing jiu-jitsu, right, I have very few rules because these cover just about everything if you really break it down. When you're doing jiu-jitsu, you should be safe, you should have fun, and you should learn something. If you take that to heart, be safe, have fun, learn something, you can pretty much fit everything into those categories. You go, well, don't wear, shoes on the mat. That's being safe, right? Because you're not carrying staff and all kinds of funk onto the mat. Have fun. Because if you're not having fun, you're not even going to do it.
Yeah,
like,
you won't come back.
if I go to a class and, hey, listen, no knock to anyone, but real shit. If I go to class and it's just dead silent.
Just so academic.
Dude, like, I don't want that. I look.
I don't want to feel like it's a course I'm
I don't
taking.
want. Yes, I'm gonna say I'm in school again right now, right?
Like
I'm taking my freaking
You're
doctorate.
sentenced to community service.
Yeah, I'm not smiling.
We give you 100 hours of jiu-jitsu community service.
I'm not smiling when I'm in
man.
class, man. I'm not happy. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm doing the damn thing because this is work. And if that's what you're into, cool,
Some
right?
people like that, though, I think. Huh?
But I like to have fun.
It's so foreign to
Dude,
me.
I play reggae music. I got everybody flowing,
Everybody's joking around. It's a good
they're joking
energy.
around, they're smiling, they're laughing, they're having a good time. I learn well like that. Now, don't get it twisted. I also learn well under serious duress. Like if you put a lot of pressure on me, I'll learn well that way too. But I don't prefer that. I'd prefer to have a smile on my face and enjoy it and then crack some jokes while I'm doing it. So, be safe. Don't do anything crazy. Don't hurt anybody. Have fun because I think people learn really well when they're enjoying themselves. And if this feels enjoyable, cool.
Yeah.
And learn something. Well, when you show up, don't waste your time. Like, come in with the intent of actually saying, hey, shout out to Chit on this one. I'm going to get 1% better every time I show up, right? That adds up. That grows exponentially over time, right? It's like if that, that 1%, I got 1% better. Okay. Well, now this is your new 100%, but it's bigger. So the next time you come up, if you get 1% better, it's a bigger 1% than it was last time. It just keeps growing. You get way better, but you should show up trying to learn something. Like, don't just come in, piss away your time, Be safe, have fun, and learn something.
Because if it's important to you,
if it's important to you, you'll find a way. But if it's not, you'll certainly find an excuse. And if you're finding a bunch of excuses, man, you suck. Stop finding excuses. Get out there and do the damn thing. And then speaking of doing the damn thing, how about you guys do this? How about you like, share, and you subscribe? Pass this on to some people, man. Let them know what's going on. And make sure you're out here commenting. Tell us what's going on. They've been doing pretty good about that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you guys have been doing good, man. We appreciate that. Like, we like jumping back in and responding. Sometimes it's me responding. Sometimes it's 1865 responding. It is what it is. He speaks for me. I speak for him.
There you go. We're on the same page.
We're on the same page. Yes. So until next time, everybody, this has been some shit that your coaches say. I hope you enjoyed it. So until next time, keep training.
Keep training.
Us.